So welcome back to Sorare Wakey Academy, and today we are in Germany. We're looking at the under-23s playing in the Bundesliga and the Bundesliga 2, basically first and second division. I've got an SO5 style team. It's going to be one goalkeeper, one defender, two midfielders and a forward. Now I've scouted quite a few of these players, so go over to the watch list on soraredata. There'll be a link below and you can find the Germany under-23s watch list. Also, just take a second and hit that like button below right now. Go on, I'll wait for you. So once you've done that, thank you very much for that. It really helps the channel. And also subscribe if you're not already subscribed. So Germany, the first player we're going to look at then is our goalkeeper, and it's going to be Marcel Lotka at Borussia Dortmund. It might be spelled Loka or pronounced Loka, I'm not sure. But this guy is number 2 at the moment for Dortmund. He's only cheap, £22 floor price, £14 3-day average, so really cheap because he's not in the team obviously, so that's why he is so cheap. Now we're looking at his price graph, and I've put it over 6 months, so you can see down here, when he first joined Dortmund, they thought he was going to be number 1 for some reason, but he hasn't. He's gone down to number 2, and you can see I bought him here quite a reasonable price of £13. He's now currently at around £15, but will go up. He's only a young keeper, so when he starts playing again he will go up. He is a Polish international, even though born in Germany. Well, he's an under-21 player at the moment, I should say. We'll have a look at that information shortly. I just want to see his SO5 scores from when he has played for Dortmund, when he first came in. And you'll see there, he's a couple of really poor scores then. Didn't do that well, but then a 64 or 71, so he's capable. He's capable of playing, and you'll see down here he's been sub for, there's not even in the squad on a lot of these now. But there, he was getting 90 minutes, so 2 mistakes in 2 of them games. So, because he's young, he's making mistakes and that, but this guy's going to be a top-class goalkeeper, I think. So we popped over to SofaScore, have a look at Lotka in the Bundesliga. He's played, how many games now? 9 starts. He has played 10, but 9 starts then. Just commands his box, doesn't really come out, it's not a sweeper-keeper type of thing. But he has played 10 games, started 9, but he's conceded a lot of goals in that time, as you'll see down here then. Defending, clean sheets 2. But where does it say how many he's conceded? Oh, here it is, I went straight past it for some reason. But goals conceded 20 in them 10 games, 9 starts, 20 goals conceded, so didn't get off to a great start with them. And just to give you a heads up on Lotka, he was at Hertha Berlin, and Borussia Dortmund signed a 2-year contract with him, or he signed with Borussia Dortmund with a second team then. Signed a 2-year contract. He played a couple of games for Berlin whilst he was waiting to move there, and Berlin tried to change that. The Hertha Berlin tried to change it so they couldn't move there. But he did, he went there, got into the team and then was put down to substitute. So, you know, this is how good he is. They wanted to keep him, Hertha Berlin were happy with him. He's about 6'3", as you can see there. Looking down his career and his senior career, you can see he was at Hertha Berlin, seconds and then first. Then Dortmund for 3 games before being moved to the first team then. Now, international career, as you can see, he's played for Poland, even though he was born in Duisburg, Germany. And he's only 21, he's playing for the Poland at under 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. It'll be the full team next, I would think, but he's got a big goalkeeper to try and move out there. I was just looking down his news and the latest results, and there's nothing really about him at the moment, so no transfer rumors or anything like that. But we'll talk about Hertha Berlin finally letting him go because he wanted to move and they wanted to keep him. That's how good he was sort of showing for them. So they have lost him, he has gone to Dortmund, and he's one for the future, definitely. Look out for this guy. Big Marcel Lotka. Now I've added him to my watch list, as you can find here. Just look up Germany Under-23 Wakey Academy on soraredata under watch lists. I've also added Lennart Grill, who is at, where's he at the moment then? Lennart Grill's at Union Berlin, so he's another one to watch out for as well. A little bit cheaper, not much, but for this price, for Lotka, you know, it might be next season, but he'll have lots and lots of game time for him, I reckon. So that's our first goalkeeper, Lotka. So we move on to our defender then, and I'm going for Mickey van der Ven. I think that's how we say it, Van der Van. He's with Wolfsburg in the first division in Germany, and he's got him down there as like a left back from centre back. I thought he was more of a centre back, but maybe I'm wrong on that. He is quite cheap still, £23 floor price, 21 in his 3-day average. If we have a look at his price graph over the last 6 months and that, you'll see here that it stayed sort of level all the way. It hasn't gone down that much, £18. I mean, his highest price, forget this one here, but his highest price has been about £41. He's down to 18 with the drop in ETH, I would have thought. But we'll also have a look at his SO5 scores. Now, I find this interesting because his last 5 is a 0. Now, I've been looking into this and digging deep, thinking, has he missed games or something? Because I can't see where he's missed games. But here's his scores over the last year, and you'll see he's been getting a 66. He's hit 100 recently, and then only a 23, playing a full 90 minutes as well. But he's a young lad, made the move to the German First Division, and yeah, he struggled a little bit. You see as we go down here, and he's been at Wolfsburg for quite a while, not getting in the squad and stuff, so he's been unfortunate on that score, but he is a really talented under 21 as well. I think he's 21-year-old now. But just to make sure that I hadn't missed any games, I went down to what's this one, Soccer Scores Up, Flash Score, and we can see here that he's played in 90 minutes of all the games. So the last game was in like November, then we had 2 friendlies here, but he's played 90 minutes in all them games, so he hasn't missed a match. So I don't know why it's on 0 for his last 5, unless it was friendlies. So going on to Sofa Score to have a look at his details then. Not bad games there, I think that's where he got that 100. But you see he's sort of like a central defender, sort of comes forward into the midfield a bit. Does sort of play in the left, but he's not really a left back. Yeah, they got him down as a central defender. He's played 15 games, started all 15, 90 minutes per game, team of the week once. Where's the conceding goals? Clean sheets, 5 clean sheets, so he's a good player, and at 21, he's one for the future, definitely. Let's look at his Wikipedia then. You'll see on here, 6'4". He is born in the Netherlands, of course. He's now an under-21 international. But you'll see there, he started at Volendam in the second team, moved up to the first team, and from there was picked up and put straight into the Wolfsburg side. He's played 20 games now with 1 goal. Not too much about him on the news, although it does say that Roma were interested in the Wolfsburg defender Van der Van. So that's one to sort of keep an eye on in case Roma come back for him. And we move straight over to the watch list, and there's so many defenders that are under sort of 23s that are playing this side are good. We've got Scally there, Nets, both at Borussia Mönchengladbach, both great players. Hincapi, or Hincapi, whatever you want to call him, and Tapsoba, who went off the boil a bit, but he's back and playing well. And also Patrick Pfeiffer. Go and have a look at Patrick Pfeiffer. Decent player, him. Good scores, played in every game. So we move to our first midfielder, and it's Marco John at, let me try and get this right, Greuther Fürth. They play in the 2nd division in Germany, and this lad's really starting to take a shine from me now, because his last 5 has hit 64, played 100% of the games. He's a sort of left winger, left midfielder, does fill in sometimes at left back, but his last 15 of 62 as well, played nearly every game, and his price is £32.34 for his floor price. He's still 20 years old, so his utility till 2026. This guy's going to get better and better, I think, in a strong Hoffenheim side at the moment. They're drawing a lot, but all the players are getting decent scores. Looking at his price graph over the last 6 months, and you'll see when he was down here, you could get him for like £3, but he's been playing well. Every game he's now starting to play in every single match, and he's up at £34 now, so he's going up rather than down like a lot of the players have so far. Have a look at his scores then, look at this. So far in his last, his last 1 year, so he wasn't playing at all, broke into side, and then his 60s and 70s, even a 90 up there. You can see he's playing now on the left midfield slot, and he's playing the full 90 minutes in nearly every single game down there. Since he broke into the squad, I should say. We'll have a look at his Sofa score then, and you see here again he's over 7, so 7.5 to 8 there, in just some games shown, but on his heat map, you see he's up and down that left wing. You'll also see that he's on the corners by the looks of it. So certain set pieces, but when I looked at the averages, he didn't seem to take many, so maybe it's just come in the last few games where he's taken them. Strengths of tackle and ground duels as a midfielder on the left, and as a 6-foot midfielder. I think he's 6 foot, 180. He might even grow a little bit more yet, but quite tall for a winger. He's played 12 games so far, started all 12, 90 minutes in them. Team of the week 4 times out of 12. That's not bad. He hasn't got any goals yet, but he has got 2 assists, so he's not doing too bad. He should really get a few more than that, and I think as he matures, he will get a few more as well. I'm not too much on his Wikipedia page, but you'll see here he's made his debut in the UEFA Europa League as well, December 2020. But he was born in, I'm going to say this poorly, aren't I? Bad Friedrichshain in Germany, 6-foot midfielder. He's actually on loan from Hoffenheim as well, and he's playing really well in this team since he came on loan. Started out there, Hoffenheim seconds, then Hoffenheim first, unknown to Greer Firth, and he's played for Germany 15, 16, 17, 19 and 21s. Don't know why he didn't get in the under 18s. I think he probably went straight from 17s to 19s. But looks decent, doesn't he? The next progression, of course, is the first team. So that's my first of two midfields, Marco John. Really strong here in midfield, so we've gone with what I think is the best one with the price that you get them for as well. So we'll look at our second midfielder, and we're going to have a look at Jan Nicholas Beste. Because I'll just call him the Beast, because that's what this guy is. He plays for Heidenheim in the second division in Germany. He's still under 23 until July, so you haven't got that long with him utility-wise, but I would keep him after he's hit 23 anyway. Oh, after he's hit 24, sorry. Because he's a decent player. He plays on the left and the right. £30 is his 3-day average, 35 was his floor price. Look at his scores on L5. His last 5 games he's hit 74 as an average in 100% of the games. Last 15 he's hit 59. I mean, this lad's really doing well, and you can see that from his chart coming up here. When he first started at £11 and he's now up at £30 odd. So he's going up, he's only up and up. He's still a young lad, even though he looks quite old. We'll also have a look at his scores, and I've done this over the last year so you can see the games that he's playing in. And there's a 27 there, one of his lowest scores, and a couple of 30s. But then he's really starting to hit form, 63, 87, 88. He's really doing well. And look at the goals and assists involved in here. Not a massive all-round score, but when he's hitting the goals, that doesn't really matter too much, does it? You'll see he's playing in every single game. He's sort of playing left midfield and sort of right attacking midfield. So he has changed a couple of times here, but in general, he's playing as an attacking midfielder. He's getting big scores, as you can see. Have a look at Sofa score, and you'll see again in big games that he's played and doing really well, isn't he, with his average scoring. We can see here he mainly plays down the left wing, but he has also played in the right wing. Does look like he takes corners. He's played 17 games, 17 starts, mostly 81 minutes per game. 2 team of the weeks already, 5 goals, and so 17 games, 5 goals, and also 6 assists as a winger. So really starting to look good. How tall is this guy? 177, so he's about 5'9", 5'10". So on his Wikipedia, as you see, he's 23 years old. Yeah, 5'9". He started at Borussia Dortmund at the age of 8-year-old, went through the academies and everything, so quite a good upbringing from them. Born in Germany, played for Dortmund, then Werder Bremen, went on loan a couple of times then, and he's ended up at Heidenheim in the second division. Now, he's also played internationally 16, 17, 19 and 20, and these are all correct. When I read through this, because I wondered why a few of these games were missing here, because he's played about, 12 games for Heidenheim, but it's saying that this is all correct up to the 23rd of July 22, and the national one's only correct up to 2018, so he's played a lot more than that, so I need to go and find a little bit more about him, go and do some more research on him. Now, there's no current news on this lad linking him anywhere at all, so I think he's going to be staying at Heidenheim at the moment. Again, if you're looking at the cap division, and that, I think it's a decent player to get, but of course he's on 70, well, he's on 59 for his last 15, so it's a big chunk of your cap team that he'll take away. But definitely one if you're playing in the second division leagues or the All-Star. So that is my second midfielder in this SL5 team, and you can have a look in here again on the watch list, and you'll see Propeller up there and Kinsombi, both very good players, a lot cheaper than these two. So go and have a look at them as a little bit of a comparison and see if you want, which one suits best with your budgets. So my final player then we're going to add to this team is Jonas Wind from Wolfsburg in the Bundesliga. Quite an interesting guy, this one. He's been injured quite a bit, so you've got to keep an eye on his injuries and go and have a look and do some more research on his injuries. But his last 5 games he's hit 52 because he hasn't played in many of the games. I think he's played in one of them. He's only £17, that's his floor price. There isn't really any buys from before that because he's been injured and a lot of people haven't really been interested. But you'll see here from his price when he first started, he was at £55. He's gone down, a few injuries and that, and he's now down and finds himself at £17. Now this guy's 23, he's not got the utility in July, so you've only got him again for 6 months, but he's just starting to find his feet again now and come back into the side. He's a Danish player, Danish international as well. And then look at his scores and over the last year. Now, it says he's played 16 games there and hit 7 goals with 3 assists. But looking at some of these scores, they're quite big, 96, 70s and 80s. But then all these DNPs, it's not only through injury. You'll see here that the last few games then have been in the World Cup. He went to the World Cup, didn't play. And before that, there's a few more games where he's internationals and stuff that he didn't play in. But with that injury, you see he missed a lot of Wolfsburg games there as well. But when he was playing, he was hitting a lot of greens. You see the 2 goals there against Mainz and a 5-0 win. A lot of greens before that. I just think he was one that I noted when he was really young, like 17, 18 coming through. And he's not quite pushed on yet to be that striker that I expected him to be. Now, as you'll see here in the Bundesliga, it says he's played 6 games, but only started 1 of them, 28 minutes a game. Has scored a goal. And has he got any assists in this? I don't think he has. So no assists or anything, so just that 1 game. What you will notice on here is his penalties. He's hit 17 out of 19, so he does take penalties. Has a decent conversion rate with them as well. But not much information on him so far. Now, as we're going down this right-hand side in his Wikipedia, you might want to read his early career. Just pause the page on that and have a look at it, because there's some decent information on that. He's 6'3". He's a striker, although he sort of plays behind the striker, to be honest. So he's not an out-and-out goal scorer. He's not number 9 that you'd expect. Most of his time played at Copenhagen, where he made his name, and 36 goals in 88 games. Been at Wolfsburg, 20 games in total with 6 goals. And you'll see his international career there. 17s, 18s, 19s, 21s, and then the full team, 5 goals in 15 games. But that's only correct as of 22. Nothing really to report in news about Jonas Wind, other than his injuries that he's had and that he's coming back from it and everything. So he's back now. He's in my team as a player to watch. And let's have a look at the watch list. And the other strikers that I was looking at then, Emmanuel Frey, you might go and have a look at him. Jonathan Burkhardt, who's always injured for some reason, so he's got a lot to do to stop all these injuries that he's getting, or he'll never get anywhere. And also Giovanni Reina. Now he's down as a forward on this. I've always had him as a left midfielder, come centre midfielder, but he's down as a forward on Sorare. And you know, he's also been injured quite a lot, so all my forwards are injured. But they're all decent forwards, and Reina makes a big name for himself over in America as well, I think. A real big player, wonder kid. Just hasn't lived up to it as of yet due to all the injuries. So that's all my players there. You'll see the link to the watch list down below. Let's put up the full watch list. So the full watch list is up there, and you see Pfeiffer at the top. Really good player, Pfeiffer. Go and have a look at him. But he's £50, and it goes all the way down to Kinsombi, who's only £8. So you can do it like this, top to bottom on prices, or you can go and change positions, whichever you want. Have a good look at the watch list on soraredata. Now remember, if you haven't liked that video still, go down there, hit that like button, subscribe to get some more information on the next teams and different countries that we're going to, and basically come watch all the videos. And so if we have a look at our Germany under-23 full SO5 lineup, then it's going to be Marcel Lottke in goal, Mickey van der Ven as my defender, Marco John as my first midfielder, Jan Nicholas Beste as my second midfielder, and Jonas Wind as my forward. Nice team. And we'll see you soon on the next one, and on that next one we'll do a giveaway as well. In fact, we've hit the figure of 350 for the giveaways, the subs for the giveaway, so we're actually going to do it now. And all I'm going to ask you to do is subscribe to the channel, and below in the comments underneath this video on YouTube only, I want you to put down your manager name, and that's it. So all you've got to do is subscribe to the channel, put your manager name down there, make sure you hit that like button of course, and I will choose from one of those comments below with your manager name. You must have your manager name or I can't track you down, I can't give you that reward. But I will give one of you that's watched this video, put his name below on this video only, on YouTube only, I will give you one of the cards from my gallery in my giveaways. So that is the giveaway. Get down, make sure you make a comment, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and then watch out on Twitter and on here for who's won the giveaway. Okay, see you next time.